it just really, I start crying, completing with that. And immediately an email came through saying that it was a contract for a contract things. And if never seen such contracts, putting all the phone details there. So you don't need to apply. You just need to call them. And after that, you apply if you want. So I just, after that completion, I called, I said, I saw such thing on this website. Is it possible to come for interview? He said, if you want now in 2 hours, you can come. I said, no, I'm not ready today, but tomorrow. And I was thinking from the upsetness. Yes. I am thinking like, oh, Swamiji is not answering my prayer. Swamiji is not helping me. But actually I am stuck in responsibilities problems. I have already made my decision not to do all of these things. So how he's going to manifest? So that moment is, okay, I said, tomorrow I'm coming. I went for them and he gave me the address. When I saw the address, it's on the best place in Melbourne. And I was never expecting that a company from there will work with them. Anyway, I called, he said, tomorrow come. I went, everything was so smooth. Just got some conditions that I need to, pay for them and do the application and got the contract ready. And the income, again, I told you, like as a female, wealth is not for us. So I never thought about one day I will have wealth. One day I will have a house. One day I'm not caring about, but it was something that it's not for me. It's only for men, not for me. Mm-hmm. So I grew up with that. But when I saw the income, how much it will be the income weekly from 3,000 to 5,000 and a half. So I'm like, really? Really? Is this something real for me?
Wow.
So because I've never experienced that. For us, females, if they want to work, they can work at schools. They can be teachers because their future is that they will become a mother. They will have kids. Then they have to be with their kids. They have to secretly... Just the only opportunity for us in life, you have to go and be a teacher. That's all.
Oh God.
So even that I see now more, like I was more negative seeing these things, but now I see, oh my God, good that they told me to become a teacher. Otherwise, how would I think about Gurukul? How I would think about bringing something new to education? I would be something else. But everything, as Swamiji said, it's auspicious.
Wow. So beautiful, so beautifully shared, Maria. So beautifully shared. Thank you so much for coming live and sharing.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. Very, very, very relatable. And thank you so much. How when we lack responsibility and when we just decide to align to four tattvas, how everything starts happening and manifesting in our life. Beautiful.
Seema, it's something else I wanted to share as well, where I was denying myself as a woman. Maybe this will help many others that they are from different background, and how Hinduism, after coming to know about Swamiji and Hinduism, how me seeing my myself as a woman. As a woman, I always, before that, I used to think like I'm rejected. First from the mother, from the society, whatever is there. Second, the most important thing, the belief. They believe as a religious, because we grew up as a Christianity, and in the Bible it's mentioned like, do you know the story of Adam and Eve, that Eve is the source of the sins, and she has been rejected by God. Everyone has been rejected by God just because of the female. So I grew up hearing that a lot, that the females are evil. They brought the sin. Understand? So it's a way to live. For me, life was like a blank, nothing. If God has rejected me and society is the same, so where am I going? What kind of, just I was dying because I don't have right to live. And even the praying, the worshiping, it was all by hatred and anger. If you, God, you have rejected me. This was my question. If you have rejected me as a female, and you have, as a punishment, you have given me the pain for the birth. That is how we believe. God has punished female by giving them the pain during the birth, when they're having the birth. So why would I worship you? Why would I do this for you? So where is the love? Where is the connection to love, to God? No way. So all this year I was feeling stuck there in the worship. Why should I worship? That anger was in me. But now, after these darshans, darshan after darshan, I am feeling more connected to I'm valuing myself as a female first. Swamiji, he's raising our consciousness, but as a female, I start looking at myself a little bit valuable.
Wow.
So my advice is for females, please save yourselves and come to the Hinduism. And for the families, please save your kids and bring them to Swamiji. Because anyway, you are not going to raise them up properly. Just give them to Swamiji. I'm the mother of 2 kids, but I am not that mother that has the I don't see myself eligible to raise 2 kids. Swamiji is the only one. And if you can't go, give them, just start online, e-Gurukul, whatever. But please do not give this opportunity to your kids.
Beautiful, Ma. So beautifully expressed, Mariam. Actually, on these days, the females are, it is so easy for women to experience enlightenment, and females are the root of the Vedic civilization and the stable family in Hinduism. They are worshipped, they are revered, and it's I don't know about other cultures, but in Hinduism, the females are divine. They are worshipped, and it is the stability of that female that keeps that whole family alive. And the whole stability of the Vedic tradition and the family system of Vedagamic tradition is because of the Tyaga of the females and of the women, and the role that the women play in a society and in the family. So it's very, very women are respected, revered, and they're even worshipped in the family, in the Vedagamic tradition. So yes, what you're saying is perfectly right. And thank you so much. And it's so true that we are no way capable of raising children in an enlightened way. Only the Supreme Pontifice, and you can enroll your kids in the online Gurukul, where sitting in their house, they can get tuned and live life with powerful cognitions. So they grow up to be responsible adults and experiencing excellence and breakthrough success in life. So beautifully shared, Ma'am Mariam. Thank you so much for coming live and sharing your experience.
Thank you.
Yes. And before we move on to the next devotee who is waiting here to share her experience, let's take a short break.
Once, Arunagiri Yogeshwara, my guru, gave me an instruction, and then he asked, "Will you do it?" I was shocked. I immediately folded my hands and said, "You are God, you are Shiva. How can I not do what you say?" He laughed and said, "No, only if you know I am the guru who is going to make you experience God, you need to listen to me." Understand? The most powerful cognition is God is Guru to make you realize you are God. Only then you will achieve enlightenment. Guru is the manifest form of Paramashiva. Paramashiva is unmanifest source of Guru. All powerful cognitions, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Hinduism is greater science. We do everything centered on greater science of cosmos called Vedas and Agamas. That is the branding of Hinduism. That is the core center of Kailasa. That is the way Kailasa should manifest and live. In one line, if I have to put it in a simple way, seeing always each other with a tremendous love that everyone is Paramashiva. There starts Kailasa. Whether you hug each other, love each other, or ferociously train each other, the core cognition should be seeing each other as Paramashiva. That is where the seed of Kailasa starts.
Yes, Nithyananda, I welcome next participant to the show today is Ma Anantharupa from New Jersey. Welcome, Ma Anantharupa.
Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda, Ma, how are you?
I'm good, Ma. I'm good. So nice to see all of you again after a long time.
Yes. Yes. So, would you like to share? First of all, would you like to introduce yourself to our viewers today, and further we can talk about your experiences with Devi Parashakti. But first of all, would you like to introduce yourself to the show?
Yes, Ma. Sure. So I've been here in New Jersey for almost 20 years now. And in the year 2012, when I was working, actually, I work at a hospital. I'm a cytologist. And while working, I would on the side, I would listen to certain videos on consciousness and other things. And I did not know anything about Swamiji at that time. And one day, a small video popped up on the side saying into deeper consciousness from Shiva Sutras. And I thought it's interesting. Let me listen what this Swamiji is saying. So I clicked on it and I went back to my work. And about like 5 minutes into the video, I don't know what happened to me. I was just sitting and I started crying. I don't know why I'm crying. I don't know what I'm listening to. The words are falling on my ears, but something else was happening inside me. And I was literally like that for 2 hours. And I was aware. I was thinking, if somebody walks into my room, what am I going to tell them? Why am I crying like this? And so 2 hours went by like this. And I mean, till today, I don't know what that connection was. It was only his calling, because I had no understanding of spirituality. Though I was born Hindu, born in India, I had no understanding of spirituality, what Hinduism really is. And it just like one moment, and my life was completely changed. And after that, I couldn't listen to anybody. It was only Swamiji, and I literally though I was introduced to him like in 2012, I had a physical darshan only in 2014. And but I had done another inner awakening over 2-way in 2013. And then after that, my whole family got connected, and we have done multiple inner awakenings with Swamiji. And it's been really like, I don't know, my life before 2012 and after 2012, I mean, I don't recognize myself. I really don't. So Swamiji has really, I mean, he has showered his blessings on us. And it's his grace actually that has really descended on us.
Wonderful. I'm sure this is the experience of thousands of other devotees of Swamiji too. So before, I would like to ask you the next question is, have you been watching the darshans, and what is your experience of receiving the blessings from Devi Parashakti?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I've been watching all the darshans. Mostly maybe I would have missed 1 or 2 here and there, but otherwise I've been watching all the darshans. And strangely enough, actually, I had Swamiji's darshan as Devi only after I came back here in New Jersey after 2018 or 19, when we did Paramashivoham level 2. And before that, I had never seen Swamiji in Devi Bhava. And to my surprise, I connected with Swamiji as a Devi in such a strong way that more than anything else, when I've seen Kala Bhairava darshans, I've seen Swamiji giving all other darshans, but as a Devi, I connected in a very, very strong way. And recently, when Devi started answering questions on this thing, the first thought in my mind was, why should I ask? Swamiji has given already so much. Why should I ask? So we always try to beat ourselves down, right? Oh, no, let's not trouble him. Let's not trouble Devi. But there was one point when I said no, because Swamiji has blessed us with having this temple in New Jersey, and I want to expand it. I want to take it outside where we can have a special building for the temple, build a temple-based community around the temple. So I said, let me ask for blessings from Swamiji. And what I did was actually a couple of times I wrote, but I never posted the question. But that particular day I had such strong feeling that I should ask this question. So I went ahead and I asked Swamiji, please give us blessings to do this, give us the intelligence to and the energy to make it happen, etc. And what Devi answered was completely different. Like I was really blown out of my mind. So Devi did, she did bless us with expanding the temple. She said, yes, do Kailasa, it will happen, all good will happen. But Devi blessed me with she said, I'm initiating you as me now. And from this moment onwards, whenever you invoke Devi, Parashakti, Meenakshi in you, and you look at somebody and you touch somebody, they will be permanently healed from their mental and physical issues that they are having. And I was so shocked. From my youngest time, if I remember, I always wanted to become a doctor, but I never had that. I did not get that opportunity. I did go into a paramedical field, but I did not become a doctor as such. And I used to always feel that, that one thought, that the one desire is so strong in me that it probably I'll take another birth only to complete that desire. And I used to always feel that way. And in that first reading, when Swamiji blessed me with this healing anybody that I see or touch, I was really blown away, because that was one. Because as a doctor, you heal, right? That is your main. So he just gave it. He showered it on me, because that was one thing that would always be. I was, even through inner awakening, I was not able to drop that desire of being a doctor. And since I work also in a hospital and I work around doctors, it even becomes stronger that, oh, I wish I would have been a doctor. And now I know that, he has just blessed me with this, all the properties that the doctors have without the education. So I was really blown away that day. And it was really beautiful. And after that, I've been healing, and I'm even planning on doing Zoom sessions for healing. I'll soon be in the community, and even larger community on the internet. I'll be saying that I'll come on Zoom sessions and give healing too. So Swamiji has really blessed. And after that, I had 2 more opportunities where my questions got answered, and it was really very, very beautiful.
How do you feel every time Devi answers to your question? What is the exact feeling that you have whenever she reads out your name and then answers your question?
First of all, when she takes your name itself is like I don't know what shifts inside you. It's just, and as Swamiji used to say in other awakenings also, that his words are his initiations. So I literally felt the strong initiation happening at that time when Swamiji blessed. Even when the last question that I asked, because I have this desire to even study astrology, the Jyotisha. And so I bought some books when I came back from India, and ever since they are just sitting on the shelf, and I never got to look at them. So I said, okay, let me ask Swamiji and get his blessing, so that at least something works, and I start looking at those books. And again, Swamiji blew me away by saying that not only he gives me Jyotisha, but he will, when time comes, he will initiate me in the Vaitishwara Nadi Shastra. So that was also another thing. And when Devi answers your questions, I don't know, it just puts you in some different world altogether. And suddenly everything seems possible. Everything seems like that impossibilities in that 1 second, fraction of a second, that impossibility drops from you. And you just, everything seems possible, that you get into that space of possibility. And I think, that is the greatest, dropping the impossibilities is really something that only Swamiji can do it for us. So, because we, as human beings, we create one impossibility after another. So when she blesses like that, it's really an amazing experience. And something changes in you, something shifts in you. You can physically feel the change. And the energy that is generated is really, it's phenomenal.
Great. Yeah. Great, Ma. Thank you so much for coming to the show today and sharing your experiences, all the transformation that you have experienced, and how your questions are getting answered time and again by Devi Parashakti, and how do you feel about it? Thank you so much for coming and sharing with the show today.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes.
Next. One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Baba Samadhi Darshan, Devi Baba Samadhi Darshan. By 3rd time, 4th time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built.
Nithyanandam, everyone. Welcome back. Next, we have joining us Saurav Aneja. Nithyanandam, Sauravji. Can you please go ahead and unmute yourself?
Nithyananda, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here.
Nithyanandam, thank you so much for joining us live on Nithyananda TV to share your experience. Can you kindly introduce yourself, where you're from, and how long you have known the Supreme Founder of Hinduism?
Yes, ma. Thank you so much. My name is Saurav and I live in New Jersey in the US. I came to Swamiji in 2018 and after searching quite a lot, actually similar to what Ma Anantrupa who was sharing last, I also came through watching a YouTube video on unclutching, and instantly it struck me. Anyone who knows such nitty-gritties of how the mind functions, the gap between the two thoughts, has to be enlightened. And right away I was hooked. And similar to what Ma was sharing, I could not watch anybody else anymore afterwards on YouTube. So the connection with Swamiji was established right there. But I had no conception that the gods and goddesses, the formless infinite beings, can also radiate through a human body, especially through the body of the enlightened guru. So that was a very new concept for me. I mean, the first I witnessed was the Kal Bhairava Darshan, which was just amazing. I mean, the energy that was radiating just convinced me that there is something which is beyond words and images that is going on over here. And then with Devi, I have to be honest. I mean, Kal Bhairava and Devi Darshans are my favorites. Kal Bhairava just energizes me, and Devi is just like a mother. Every time I go with a request, I go with a stressed mind, or I go with some kind of a suffering, just attending that darshan and just listening. I mean, right now the darshans are happening in a language which I don't understand. So initially, when this started, I was a little skeptical. I was thinking, well, even if I ask a question and Devi answers, how will I understand? I'll have to wait for a translation. But then slowly, just second or third darshan, I realized, just let the words strike my inner space, and automatically the peacefulness is happening. So that was a very magical experience. Suddenly, it has made me very open to other languages also, because I always had this mental block that I cannot imbibe if I don't understand the language. Mm-hmm. Now I'm much more open there. So immense gratitude to Swamiji, immense gratitude to Devi. Regarding the Devi Darshans, I will say my first connection with Devi was actually through an Akashic reading done by a Balasant back in 2019. This was a time when I was really practicing Nkriya, and I was practicing Swamiji's teachings very intensely. And I was carrying this strong fear that in spite of the practice and in spite of my inclination and the time and energy I'm spending in spiritual activities, what if I miss in this life? What if I don't achieve enlightenment? Or what if I don't upgrade myself? What if I fall back? And unconnected, I didn't even ask this question to Devi, and through the Akashic reading, Devi right away mentioned that this is going to be your last life, and you are going to merge in me after this. And wow. I have to admit, I mean, those words by themselves, I don't think I've heard anything more reassuring, or something that just creates a peacefulness, something that just creates a restful awareness in me. Still, every time I feel stressed about anything else, I just go back to Devi's words and I just fall back into that restful awareness. And I just realize, even if I do so many things wrong, Devi has promised me she will take care of me. I don't need to worry about anything. So coming back to the darshans that are happening these days, first of all, I have to say, Swamiji has been so good to us continuously. Now, twice a day, these darshans are happening. It is just unbelievable that Devi and Swamiji are available to us so freely, so easily. I mean, it could not be easier. You don't even have to travel to a place. You can just log on through YouTube and start asking questions. I have to say, I mean, this is the most amazing thing. And if anybody doubted that religion and technology, or spirituality and technology can, come together to upgrade people's life. This is the best example for me, right? Regarding the darshans that are happening, it took me a while to get my question answered from Devi. I'm actually writing a book on conquering fear, imbibing all of Swamiji's teachings, all of Swamiji's techniques, and sharing my own personal experience, trying every technique for a few months, seeing my inner space and noting down what I'm seeing and how it can be replicated. So last couple of weeks, I hit a writer's block, unable to move forward. Interestingly, I'm writing about conquering fear, and I became fearful of whether I'm writing the right things or not. So my question to Devi was, please bless my book project. Please, remove the burden, remove the block. And Devi right away blessed, right away gave me the right